Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Enorita and I teach you how to move from manual pattern drafting to digital pattern drafting. If you're like me a few years back, I used to look for where I can actually learn CAD pattern drafting completely free, and it was difficult to find. And I know that even today, some people do look for where they can learn CAD, dress, or garment pattern drafting completely free. Yes, there are a lot of YouTube channels you can learn it, but you need a place where you can learn it step by step as a beginner. So in this video, I'm going to take you to 6 websites that you can learn free CAD pattern drafting online. Now, if that is what interests you, let's go ahead and look at number 1. Now, the very first one is digital pattern making using Adobe Illustrator, and it's a free pattern making course offered by PatternLab London. PatternLab London. Don't worry, I'll put all the links below this video so you can just click and get directly to this place. So PatternLab offers free CAD online pattern making course. This is what their courses look like. So once you get to their website, you can just click and watch these courses. It's just straightforward. But first you have to register with your, I think you need to register with your email and password. And then you can just start with the courses. They will advise you that before you start the course, to you need an Adobe Illustrator, and you need a basic block. The basic block is not free. I think you buy it. It's about £12 or so to buy it. And you can actually generate a basic block using their automatic uh, tool, the lab. Let's just click and see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. First, of course, you need to enter your name, enter your size. If you click this download, you can get to the sizes where you can choose whatever size you want, and the size you choose will actually adjust the pattern to fit that size. And then you just follow with next and next and next, and then you choose what kind of shape you want. So you keep going on next, next, and next. You choose the length and all that. Then at the end of the day, I think you have to pay something and buy it. So you keep choosing next. It's as simple as that. This is about the sleeve. You go to next again, and then you get it as a PDF for about £12. But before you do that, I will advise that you actually check out the courses. Check out the courses first. You know, get an Adobe Illustrator account, check out the courses. So for example, look at what the course looks like. Once you click on it, it takes you to a major page here where you can actually start the course. So you also get tutorial overview about what they have done. And then you get to try Adobe Illustrator free. I think there's a trial period for it. And then you go on to the next lesson. The lesson is quite detailed, and I think if you're looking for something to really start with, to get your feet wet on digital pattern drafting or CAD free pattern drafting course online, and you want to learn it through Adobe Illustrator, this is the course for you. So this is my number one website you can learn free CAD pattern drafting course. Now let's go to number two. On number two place is Browzwear University. Now you will find a lot here completely free. But what you should know is that the courses here is actually dedicated to their software called the vStitcher. The vStitcher. What is the vStitcher? If you don't know what it is, if you visit the Browzwear, you can check it out here, what it does. Now, this particular course is, I would say, is a little bit not too easy. If you're just starting to learn CAD pattern drafting, I would not advise you to start here. I think it is better you start with something less complicated. This teacher actually shows you how to do pattern drafting, not just CAD pattern drafting online, but it shows you how to do CAD pattern simulations. That is, after drafting your patterns, you actually see how those designs look like on 3D models. And you can adjust your designs the way you want real time. Gone are the days that you create designs, you have to look for models to wear your clothing line to see what it looks like. In today's world, you have things like Browzwear, you have things like Clo3D, you have things like Marvelous Design to actually showcase your designs on 3D. I have a video, in fact, a playlist that I talked about a particular 3D fashion design called AUDACES Fashion Studio. This is easier to start with because with this, you can create your patterns on 3D models and also simulate it. You learn how to do it. I like AUDACES because it is easy for the beginner. And I advise you can take a look at this playlist, go through it, and then you can come back and go through this Browzwear University courses. It will be easier for you to understand. That is my own experience, it's my own personal experience, how I did it. I was able to understand it. Because when I first started this course, it was looking to, a lot of things were looking strange for me, you know. But the good thing is that it is free. A lot, you can learn a lot here. I'm still learning, I've not even completed it. I am still learning. There's a lot you can learn here. But start here and get basic principles of how to use 3D fashion design softwares. It's easier when you have that basic principle and then you come and go ahead and come and learn all these courses that are completely free. It will be easier for you to understand. So that's number two. Let's go to number three. Now, number three is Marvelous Design Learn platform. If you come to their main page, you come to this Learn, you'll see basic tutorials. I also have exclusive tutorials where you learn advanced features. This is also like the number two. They use their Marvelous Design software to teach you CAD pattern drafting free online. So if you click on their basic tutorial, it will take you to their different courses. Now, if you start with something like, okay, basic garments, it breaks it down to sub courses that you can click and learn. Let's say you want to do this marvelous designer tutorial on leather jacket pattern. If you click on it, it takes you straight to their YouTube video where they show you step by step how you can create this jacket pattern with their CAD pattern drafting software. Marvelous Design, we all know, is also a CAD pattern simulation software, a 3D simulation software. As I said, just like the previous one, it is not so easy, especially if you are a beginner. It is not so easy, especially if you're a beginner. So it's good to start somewhere that gives you a soft landing or that gets your feet a little bit wet slowly before you come to these places. But I'm showing you all these places to let you know that it is something you can learn free, and take your time and watch it first. That is, watch it and see if it is something you can get into. The reason I'm saying that is that when you learn specific CAD pattern drafting software with CAD pattern drafting with specific softwares, you will be inclined to use those softwares because that is what you use to start to learn. The reason for this YouTube video is for you to have an idea of the different free CAD pattern drafting courses online that you can actually get into. But before you get into any, watch all of it and then sit down and take your decision on the one to start with, bearing in mind the cost of subscription of these softwares. So this is my number three, the marvelous design learning platform. Let's go to number four. Number four is Style3D Assist tutorials. Style3D Assist has just about two free tutorials here on how you can create basic and a model t-shirt pattern. Just like the last two I mentioned, they are using their Style3D CAD pattern drafting software to actually take you through how to create these patterns. So it's left for you to go through it. All you have to do is to click on it and you can watch the tutorial and just go through it. The essence, as I said, is for you to find the one that is easier for you to start with and is affordable when you start with it so that you can use the software to be able to continue with it. So this is my number four, Style3D Assist. If you don't know what Style3D Assist is, it's also a CAD pattern drafting software and also a 3D pattern simulation software. Like if you come here to this their video gallery, you can go through their videos to see what their software, all the things their software can do. This video is not about Style3D, neither is it about 3D simulation softwares. I'll do a dedicated video on different types of 3D simulation softwares and also give you my recommendations on the one that I feel is easy for a beginner to start to learn. This is where the future is. So if you're into fashion designing of anyone, even if you're a home sewer, you need to learn these digital things because that is where fashion is going. And if you actually want to have a profession as a fashion designer, you need to learn these digital tools for you to be able to stand out and make it as a fashion designer. So this is my number four. You can go ahead and look at these two tutorials, see how easy it is for you to be able to learn it and see if it works for you. And let's go to number five. Number five is my favorite, University of Fashion. University of Fashion, you can learn a lot from it, a lot in University of Fashion. In fact, I subscribed to University of Fashion, and that is where I learned a lot of things, believe me, in University of Fashion. I learned a lot of things from this website because most of the lessons are taught by professionals. University of Fashion doesn't just teach you CAD pattern drafting course online. You learn how to sew, you learn how to do even manual pattern drafting. And the good thing is that for every course you complete, you get a certificate for it. You get certified for it. So here, if you want to learn just pattern making, this is a lot. If you click on learn more, you see a lot of courses that comes with it. If you want to learn CAD fashion art, you click on that, you see a lot of courses on that. If you want to learn CAD pattern making, you click on that. So let's just click on this so that you see what is there. So if you click on CAD pattern making, you see a lot of courses on how to use Tukatech, how to use Tukatech for CAD pattern drafting, how to use Tukatech. Then after you finish it, you're given a certificate of all the things you've learned from using Tukatech CAD pattern drafting system. There's even this one, if you go to this particular one that has to do with, what is it? This one, CAD fashion art. If you click on that one, you will learn a lot on using Adobe Illustrator. You can learn how to use Adobe Illustrator. You can also learn how to use, what is this other one? Clo, Clo 3D. You are taught how to use it here. You can learn Browzwear here. You can learn Browzwear basics, you know, how to create styles and all that using Browzwear. Again, another Browzwear course here. So there's a lot you can learn here. You can learn Adobe Illustrator, Browzwear, Clo 3D, all with just one subscription. You can even learn surface pattern drafting, how to do surface pattern drafting. You can do your surface pattern drafting here. You can take it to all these print on demand softwares and use it, to be able to sell products on this print and demand softwares. So this was very, very useful to me. I actually used it. I signed up for it. I subscribed for it. So let's look at the subscription and what it looks like. For an individual, the subscription is 22.99. That's what I paid. For a year, you pay 220. I paid for a full year. I know it looks big, but for what it can give you is much. I'm not working for them, but this is what I used to learn a lot. I used this together with my pattern drafting books to teach myself CAD pattern drafting, if you want. And let me show you what their certificates look like. These are all the certificates I got from it, like this CAD fashion art certificate. You click on it, this is what it looks like. This is what once you finish the courses, this is what it looks like. And they list all the things you've done. Now, this is particularly useful if you want to start a career as a fashion designer in today's world. You need to show that you've been able to, you can do these things. And they actually list all the things that you've learned. Everything you've learned in your certificate, they list it, you know. Like me, Browzwear, I did only one of it. I didn't go into details in learning that Browzwear. These are the things I learned. These are the things I learned with Adobe Illustrator and all that. I think I have another certificate on that, CAD pattern making certificates. This one has to do with Tukatech. I used Tukatech to do this one. So I got my certificate after learning it. So that is why I love University of Fashion. You just pay once. Either you might decide, okay, if you have maybe 6 weeks or 3 weeks, 3 months rather, you can just pay the subscription. If you have time, you can sit on it Choose the one that you want to do and just complete it. It has to do with commitment, as I said. You just need to be committed. That's all. I was committed to it and I did it, and I know what I've learned from it. So this is my number 5. So let's go to the last one. My number 6 and the last one is the Tukatech Academy. If you put in academy.tukatech.com, it takes you to this their tutorial site. You know, they have just one course here. I've already started it. I think I'm 62% complete so far. I'm doing so many things. I would have completed it, but I'm 62% complete. And they actually take it to using their Tukatech system to show you how to draft front bodies, back bodies, you know, how to start with Tukatech, how you can use it to do your drafting. They tell you how to draft sleeves, how to draft a skirt, all using their particular Tukatech pattern drafting software, and it's completely free for you to go through these courses. It's free. Tukatech can do a lot. You can do a lot. Just like I showed you previously in the University of Fashion, you learn a lot there, and you can also learn here how to use it. Here it's completely free. At least you learn how to use the Tukatech and see if it is something that you would like to get into. My only challenge with them is that their subscription is quite high. It's quite high. But you can do a lot with Tukatech. So this is my number 6. And I hope by now that you've learned a lot and you're beginning to make up your mind to see which particular one to actually focus on. You cannot do all. You focus on one that you think is a little bit easy for you as a beginner to start learning CAD pattern drafting course online. These things are online, so it's flexible. It's something that you can do at your free time. So that is why I decided to share this information. I hope you've gotten one or two things from it. So that is number 6. Those 6 websites that you can actually learn CAD pattern drafting online for free. The only challenge you might have as a beginner is that when you learn with those softwares, their subscription, some of them are really quite pricey. I would advise that even after you've gone through those 6, if you want to actually start practically with your hands, learning CAD pattern drafting, I think you should start with a free software. This is my YouTube channel, and I have a playlist showing you step by step how you can use Simly 2D to learn CAD pattern drafting. I have about 8 videos right here where you can actually learn it. I took my time and went through it step by step for anybody that just wants to learn CAD pattern drafting, even if you're new. In as much as I've given you 6 websites, I think you should check out this playlist if you're interested in learning CAD pattern drafting, and then get your hands wet. The reason I'm saying this is that when I started to learn it, when I started with all these other ones I've shown you, it was a little bit intimidating. And if you're somebody that is not too computer savvy, you might just become depressed and just stop it or lose hope of learning it. That is why I always advise, and I did this, took my time to do these 8 videos for those of you out there that just want to know what is CAD pattern drafting all about. So go ahead, check out this playlist after you've watched the video and see if it is something that is easy for you. I'm all about simple things. I don't want to teach my audience things that are very complicated. So I made this in a very simple way. So go ahead and check it out. So those are the 6 websites that you can actually learn CAD pattern drafting online. Free CAD pattern drafting course online. Go ahead, look at the 6, watch the video once again. Start with the free ones. At least the first 3 is completely free and you can learn a lot. As a beginner, you can learn a lot. All you need is commitment. You will learn it. So now, how would you like to actually have YouTube channels where you can learn CAD pattern drafting completely free? If that is what interests you, then watch my next video where I'm going to be listing 9 YouTube channels that you can actually go to and start learning CAD pattern drafting online completely free. So stay tuned for that next video, and thank you for watching.